Hey everyone, Crystal Gamer here with a brand new build that I am so excited to be showing you. I love this build. And this build was an accident, like a lot of them are. I ended up building a barn, kind of by accident. I was playing around with roofs. I was trying to build a gambrel roof, aka a barn roof. And I was going to do a video on roofing. And, well, I don't know. I had this roof and it looked too much like a barn and it needed to be red, and so then I made it red, and then I was like, but it would look so cute with a little door in the front, and so I put a little door, and then I was like, I wonder how those line things would look, and yeah, so anyway, you get the idea. I ended up with a barn, and once I ended up with a barn, I was like, all right, now what am I going to do with the barn? And it took me a while to figure out what to do with the barn, actually, because it was like, all right, should I build a house with like a barn out back, like a farm style house or something like that? Or should I make the barn smaller and just make it into like a barn style shed or something? Should I do something else with it? Well, I thought on it for a while, like, I don't know, a night or two after I built the barn. I thought on it and it finally came to me. And y'all saw in the beginning in the intro how many different things I listed. And I was not kidding about that stuff that I listed. If you are a Sims player, this place can be used as, I'm going to try and see if I can check all these boxes here. A restaurant, a bar, a karaoke bar, a lounge, a nightclub, and a retail establishment. I think that's all of them. But I have checked all the boxes. When you build something, there's requirements for each one of those types of establishments. So I made sure to get each one of them in. And that was not my goal starting. That was not the original plan. It was just that once I built out a lot of the restaurant, bar, lounge, everything place here, once I built out a lot of the barnyard, and I finally decided to look at the requirements for the different things, I was kind of like, all right, well, what should I label this as? Because, I have a karaoke machine, I could call it that. Or, I have the kitchen and the food, so should I label it a restaurant? And, and in me trying to look at the different choices on what to label it, well, I was so close to checking all the boxes for so many of those things that I said, well, you know what? I am just going to make this place ultra versatile. So if you're a Sims player, this place can be used as all of those different places. So it's super versatile in that sense. And then the other thing too, and you'll see as we go along, it has a lot of different skilling opportunities, because what we ended up with is I ended up with a karaoke bar downstairs, a comedy club upstairs, comedy/singing, basically the microphone. Y'all that game know what I'm talking about. And I have a game room in the back. And so that includes a chess table. So you get the logic element from that. You obviously get fun all over the place. I have one TV in the bar. I have music entertainment. I have in the back, we end up with a dance floor and a piano and guitar busking area, so you can do piano or guitar or violin skills and dancing skills. Plus there's a fire pit back there. So I have tried to cover, and there are books on the facility and in the premises too, because my thought was like, well, during the day when the bar's not busy and people just come in for a bite to eat or something, maybe they come in at lunch, they want to read some books, kind of like a cafe, type place. So yeah, I'm checking a ton of different boxes, but you guys are going to see it comes together in such a cohesive manner. At least to me. I hope y'all agree with this, because I'm just so happy about it. I'm so excited about it. And then the other thing that I wanted from this place, so it looks like a barn, obviously, and my thought was I want it to be really run down. Like the owners of this place, the couple that owns this, they have owned this all their lives, and the dad inherited it from his dad, and so they've had it in the family forever. And so this place is an old place, so it's kind of run down. It's got holes in the walls and different things, and so it's kind of run down, but it's also one of those places that, like, it's the place everyone wants to go. It's the place that has like the really good cheap drinks. It's the place that has the awesome roast beef and the to die for ribs, you know, like that type of place. It's the place that if you live in a tourist town, it's the place that the tourists don't know about that all the locals go to. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's that place. Or in a college town, it's that kitschy bar that all the cool college kids go to. Like that place, you know? So that's what I was looking for it to be. So it's run down and everything, but it's not like a total dive. It's like the happening place to be, basically. And so obviously we've got this whole barn theme going. And the other thing that I wanted with this, you can see that I purposely have not matched any of the chairs and tables. Like I wanted everything not matching. I also wanted, because I want this couple to have owned this forever, I wanted this place to be like filled up to the nines. Like these people don't get rid of anything. The wife is like super into plants and stuff like that, so she has plants all over the place. And they just, over all the years of both his dad and him owning it, they have just filled up the walls. Like every available spot is filled with stuff. And so yeah, that's a big part of this place. And I don't even know, God, to be honest with you, it's like the last thing that I did, I don't know if you guys are watching all of my videos, or if you happen to have watched the last one that I did was the minimalist house for challenge. So I had to way restrain myself on how much decor I could use. And so I don't know if this is like my little subconscious rebellion or something, this project, but I use so much stuff in this project. I think I use like 90% of the wall coverings, like from all the packs that I own. I use everything. It's just insane. And I wanted it to be, you know, kind of crazy cluttered with everything you can imagine. And you can see I got a lot of use out of those wall tears. A lot of them end up covered with different wall hangings, or parts of them end up covered. But I got to use the wall tears and the wall holes and the scratches and water stains. Oh man, there's all sorts of cool stuff that I got to play with this time that I really haven't gotten to use very much. The cracks, I used the cracks in my vampire build. I got to use it some this time too. Oh, but that's for the basement. That's for the basement, but we're not really going to talk about the basement right now because this is actually a 2-part video. So you guys are going to get this part, but there's a secret surprise basement underneath, and I'm not going to give it away. Y'all have to watch the other video. I can't give it away because it's just too good. So at least for my opinion, I always say that because like I fall in love with my builds, which I hope is not too terrible of me. I feel like it's so conceited, but I do a lot of times. I not all of them, but some of them. And this one here, I don't know, this was like a major labor of love. I spent a lot of time with all the detailing and everything like that, and it's the first build that I have done like this. It's the first build that I've done that is super like cluttered, you know, to the nines and all this. And just the way, I don't know, the way it came together, like it's set up so great. Like if it were a real bar, the karaoke area is down. You can see right here in the front. It's down in the front of the restaurant. So that's the karaoke bar, and the comedy club / singing. We'll call it the open mic night place, or I've been calling it the comedy club. But that room, that is upstairs. So it's plenty far enough away from the karaoke that those two things don't, you know, hurt each other sound wise. And then the entertainment area with the piano and the guitar, you guys haven't seen that yet, it's not in yet, but that ends up being outside in the back. And so that's far enough away from both of those other two things that it's not negatively affecting. So yeah, the way I set it up, I was like really proud of myself for the way it just all kind of came together. And to be honest, a lot of the back part of this build is inspired by a place that we used to have in a town that I used to live in. Unfortunately, I think they went out of business when the economy tanked, but it was kind of a cool bar. And it was, if I remember, this is a long time ago, but if I remember, it was just straight, And in the back, they had like a deck, and they had one section of the deck was like entertainment, and then the other section was a fire pit. And so I kind of went with that idea. Mine is not set up anything like theirs was, but just the idea of having an entertainment area along with a fire pit in the back. And you guys are going to see how that comes together too. And I really like that I was able to, I don't know, just fit so much stuff in. It's definitely a place that I would like to hang out, like one of those places that I would hope would just have really awesome ribs and just come here and enjoy yourself. I'm pulling out a bunch of stuff right now for the walls and everything, trying to get some ideas. And you can see I pulled out so many of the plants because I put plants all over the place. And even in the kitchen, I go nuts on the kitchen. In the end, I end up with shelves all the way around, stuff on them everywhere. I don't believe I videotaped or show all of the decorating because there's just so much and I'm so slow at making decisions. I know I'm going to get faster at that. I mean, I'm still, if we think about it, I'm still really new. I started the YouTube channel at the middle of December, I think, and I only really started playing the game at the end of November, I think. So I'm still really new to the game, and I'm still, I don't know, I'm getting better. I'm learning more things all the time, and I don't know everything I have. I still don't know everything I have, so sometimes I'm slow because of that. I'm going through stuff, but I'll get faster over time. I know I will. Right now, I still feel like I don't know where everything is, and sometimes looking for stuff takes a long time. Oh, and I just discovered, God, I'm such an idiot. I can't believe I missed this. I just discovered that we have a color filter. I didn't realize that we had a color filter when we're looking for stuff. How stupid is that? Do you have any idea how much time that's going to save me? I'm already working on another build as I'm, doing the voiceover for this. I already have another build going, and I've been using that color constraint and looking stuff up by colors, and it's saving me so much time. It's so good. I can't believe I didn't realize that was there before. I don't know how I missed it. Such a silly thing. But yeah, since I've only really been at the game for a couple of months, I actually got it last year, the end of 2016, I think. And I built one property back then. And then I stopped playing for a year because I got Planet Coaster, and that just took over. And then I just didn't go back to The Sims until this year. But in getting back into it and now getting all the other packs and stuff, I'm really liking it. It's got a lot of good build capability. I like it's proving to be a really, really good creative outlet, and I'm really, really enjoying that. And see, here we go with the little dance floor and the piano area and the busking area. And I switch out the piano and the busking for accessibility purposes. And I also take one of those logs out for accessibility purposes. When I was putting this down, I was not sure. It allowed me to put all those logs. I wasn't sure if I could have them all there, though, if the Sims would be able to use them. And they can't, not with all those logs. You need to have one removed, and then they can use it. And so I do that before or after I do the testing and all that. And we get a little heater and a little sofa area out there, so you can just lounge and relax while people are dancing, or you can just listen to music. And I love this little animal out front. He's the little mascot. I could have made him smaller, but I end up with a sign pretty much the same size, and it balances. It balances pretty well. And besides, he's prominent. I sort of picture it like, I don't know, you're driving a main road, or like, this would be a great place off of like Route 66 or something like that, right? So you're driving one of those places and you see that. And you know that those places off Route 66, like, they have stuff like that big animal. So it's perfect. Perfect for that type of thing. And I'm going to go a little nutty on the landscaping too, but again, my thought is the owners have had this place forever. It's been in the family before that, and So yeah, they have growth everywhere, just like they have stuff everywhere. The family of stuff. But I make a cute little, like, I don't know, almost like a meadow around the little animal. I'm not even sure what kind of animal he is. Kind of looks a little like a raccoon, maybe, or something. I really don't know what he is. He's a Sims animal, which means that he's probably not anything, right? I don't know. And I haven't used those sunflowers yet, and I really wanted to use them here. And I tried the cluster and I didn't like it, but that was what made me decide to make this into kind of like a little meadow, and I just sort of go nuts with all kinds of flowers and everything there. Because why not? You know, I mean, once I start, I might as well just keep going with it like crazy, right? Add a little in the back. I don't go too much as we go further back there. And just so you're aware, if you are interested in the second video, I'm trying to decide. I have not put this out on the gallery yet. By the time I release this to YouTube, it will be out on the gallery. But I'm trying to decide if I should do two different versions, one with the basement and one without for the gallery, because I don't know if that'll screw up people's downloads, but I tried playing the game because I tested it all, and I found that when you play it with the basement, if you don't own it, it's not great. Like, if you own it, it's good if you're the owner, because it's, you know, well, I don't want to give it away. But yeah, if you own it, it works, and then you can control the entries to the basement. But if you're not playing as an owner, I think that you probably don't really want the basement. But that said, if you don't want to play with the basement, you can just take the doors away that go down there. And you don't have to play the owner or anything, and just remove the doors and that's it. And no one will go there. That might be the easiest thing. So maybe I'll just put one version. I don't know. I shall decide. This sign was fun, kind of a pain. I figured out after I got it all together. I've been trying to test my builds now, because yeah, I figured out that I need to like save things to the gallery and then download them and test the build and make sure that everything shows up right, because on this one, when I did that, the poles were completely missing, and so I had to come up with another solution to make sure that people that download it have it looking the way it's supposed to be looking, you know? Just lifting the roof here a little bit for the little Sims so they can get in and out of the fire pit area. And we are actually coming really close to the end cinematic, so we don't have too much more time left. Yeah, there we go. Hey, I timed that pretty well, didn't I? And so we have this one cinematic, and then we go into screenshots just so y'all can see it better, because there's just so much detailing. This one worked with the screenshots. So there we have our little food counter, main dining area, and karaoke area. Dude singing karaoke, he is killing it, man, right now. Just look at him. You can tell he's killing it. The bar area with the bartender, who you can barely see. Going into the kitchen. And part of our game room. And I also include Sim Jenga on the other side. There's the Sim Jenga. And the television's in there. Then we move out to the back with the covered deck and the piano player, busking area, and the little dance floor. It's not much, but we got in a dance floor. And this is the only non-covered area where the logs are. And the beautiful kitchen. Look at all the water stains and the scratches and the holes in the wall. Oh goodness, isn't it wonderful? And all the clutter all over the shelves. Oh, isn't it fabulous? I love it. I love it. I had so much fun just going crazy with this. It was great. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. And this is the upstairs. You can see it's open to below, and we're looking into the comedy club. This is with our backs to the comedy club. Restrooms down here. And I figured this area up top would be a nice little area. It's the most quiet area in the barnyard. So it's a good area for, you know, couples if they just want a quiet spot or something. This here is the comedy club. So now we're behind the mic. And that's about it. So I want to thank you for taking the time to watch with me. And if you like this build, please do remember to like and subscribe if you want to support my channel. That'd be totally awesome so that I could keep making these. I would totally appreciate it. Thanks so much. Hope to see you next time around. Bye now.